see if things are better today. Oops. I got a text. I appear to be live on, or maybe not. Let me make sure. Alright, we're good. So, let's get into Stardew Valley and hope that I have internet for more than 12 minutes today. My Pepsi. And let's get into it. So, sunny day tomorrow. And I'm at 4,188 of 5,000 foraging experience. We are very close to level 10. I think we will get there today. I passed that at the end of the previous day. Jody and I are friends. Linus gave me a largemouth bass. And I got all sorts of goodies yesterday. Lots of fiber, lots of moss, lots of mixed seeds and flower seeds, hardwood, wood. Just filling up this chest with goodies. I also got some additional fiddlehead ferns. Not that I need them. Got a grape. Let me check because it's been a few days. Anyone that I've only given one gift to? Evelyn, that's because they're broken glasses. So we're good there. Let me pull out my watering can. Take care of the cat. And as you can see, tons and tons of trees have grown on my farm just from the rain yesterday. Lots of them have moss on them too. So just because it's not the rain day anymore doesn't mean I'm not going to be getting additional moss. But before the trees that grew because of the event still stumps first. Just from them, I'm like 3 days away from level 10, so yeah, we'll definitely get there today. Which means we'll be able to start our next skill, which, if you check the stream title, is intended to be fishing. I do have the scythe with me. I see it. It is there. Scythe some of this grass away just to give me a clearer view of what's going on here. So I have at least one of each type of tree fully grown here, which is the most important thing, that I will be able to get oak resin, maple syrup, and pine tar. Assuming, of course, that I get what I need to put stuff on there. It's also Demetrius' birthday. I have the ice cream for him. Coconut's kind of tempting because that's a exotic foraging. But I think I'm going to be getting enough money before too long that I'll just be going to the desert anyway and get as many coconuts as I want. Yep. Got a stuck key again. Fixed it. No! Could you please? Next level dodging skills in Skyrim. Or in Stardew Valley. Well, if these slimes don't stay away, I'm going to be fighting more in this game than I did yesterday. Please no, please no. Run! Run, little farmer, run. Oh, good lord. I also have to be a little careful about my energy today. I passed out on the previous day and didn't actually gain the skill level, so I totally forgot about the energy penalty. I'd be interested to hear from any viewers how your day is going. I had some pretty good sleep. I'm feeling okay. Still disappointed about yesterday, but things happen and we move on. I am just not getting regular quality spice berries this season. I'll sell the mixed mushrooms and get the ice cream out for Demetrius. I remember last stream I was complaining about Maru's birthday. Or not Maru's birthday, Maru's hard event that I still won't be able to trigger until later. But we do get one of those Sams. Hey, what do you think you're doing? That's private property. I'm sorry, sir. The youth these days sometimes wonder if this town isn't doomed. You saw what happened, Patrick. What do you have to say about this? You can say, you're right, sir. Sam should respect private property. Don't blame Sam. There's nowhere else for him to ride, or I'm staying out of this. Nothing you say has any impact on friendship. I'm going to say, there's nowhere else for him to ride. Exactly. If there was a park in town, I could ride there and everyone would be happy. I thought you were more mature than this. Well, you were wrong. Maybe use some of those taxes you're collecting from all the business owners to fund public works projects like a park, rather than hoarding it and making gold statues of yourself. Did you see that trick though? That was rad. Sure, Sam. Well, that was quite the excitement for our little town. I'm just relieved that everyone is okay. If this ever happens again, I think we'll all be a little more... Oh, he's talking about the green rain. I was like, that seems like an odd response to someone riding a skateboard in town. That's not what he's talking about. Demetrius is not over here. I think because it's Friday. Either that or he's just not over here yet. Is he in here? He is in here. Hello, Robin. Hope Demetrius is happy with the samples he collected. Seems like his little science project is more important to him than his own wife. Everyone's upset today. Hey, tell me a story about farming. That's really interesting. If you and Maru become friends, yeah, I know about the telescope. Here, have an ice cream. A present with optimal timing. Today is the anniversary of my birth. Thank you. And I got networking because lots of people are at least 5 hearts. I think that's 10 people, yeah. Clicks is 20 people. So, Demetrius is now at 5 hearts. Good for him. Both Demetrius and Maru love strawberries, so if I'd grown them, they would be at max hearts by now. How did the moss harvest go? My bed is a lot softer now. Yes, he used the moss he collected for his bed. I will collect moss from some of these trees. The only place it may be advisable to keep moss on your trees is on your farm. If you want to use mushroom logs, the moss helps mushrooms grow faster and with higher quality. So it wouldn't hurt to leave some moss on those trees. But this additional... I planted these trees over here specifically for the purpose of hoping that they would grow due to the green rain. So I will put down as many of them as I can today with my limited energy. And we'll call that good for today. There's a spice berry hidden amongst all that. Oops, not moss. And I'll head over to the saloon for the evening to get my daily talking. As you can see that there are additional trees like at the bottom of this path. They will not regrow if I chop them until next year when the green rain comes again. The people huddling in the saloon and their homes was a year 1 thing. In year 2 and on, they're no longer concerned about the green rain. You okay, Evelyn? My dear, I'm so glad everything is okay. My flowers look healthier than ever. Let's see what this quest is here. Leah is running low on octopus. One of the most difficult fish to catch. She's running low on it. It is all overblown, just like everything. I'll talk to George and Alex. Pretty sure everyone else will be at the saloon that I'm interested in talking to. Where is Alex? Been taking, maybe I've been a little bit of a grouch. I used to think no one cared about us old folks. I care about the old folks. Or at least you. Maybe not all of them. None of Vincent, Jazz, or Penny will go to the saloon. Vincent has been asking about slugs for weeks. Apparently slugs are interesting. Oh, broken glasses. I'll give this to Evelyn. I see her. Jody and Alex will not go to the saloon. Pierre is on his way there now. There's Jody. I see everyone else, but I'll just stop them in the saloon. So I will give Evelyn another gift. Alright. Into the saloon and talk to everyone. It's funny when you have Robin building something on your farm, because then Demetrius is dancing with himself. Seems like there's no damage to anything. That was a strange one. How are you holding up? You better lay low for a while. I wouldn't let you down by your Lewis's bad side. And just like that, everything's back to normal. It's like magic. Did something happen to my YouTube stream? No, it says I'm still live. It's Caster Labs that seems to be confused. It is public, so there shouldn't be any issue. Oh, it reconnected. Okay, everything seems to be fine. But I have work to do. Tell me something interesting. I talked to... Well, the fish seem as healthy as ever. In fact, I swear they've been biting with extra vigor. That's good news. Almost here. Well, it looks like we all got scared for nothing. The rain was totally harmless. And now she doesn't notice I'm there. Guess everyone in town was scared of that strange rain? I had no idea. I just thought it was incredible. Well, I guess the end times haven't come just yet, kid. Oi, Gus. You mean they're probably your strongest. I'm glad that's over. Finding the saloon is enough to worry about. I don't need the exotic weather in my life. If I wasn't so busy, yeah. Gus would be fine if you got another job. But Pelican Town has a reasonable economy. You don't necessarily need two jobs to make ends meet. Okay, Caster Lab seems to be having trouble with YouTube today. That's a shame, but not a whole lot I can do about it. Clint hadn't come over here yet. Let's see if Clint is. Let's talk to Clint. The more hearts he has with me, the more likely he is to send me a bar in the mail. Well, that was a dud, and here I thought it was finally my chance to be a hero. Oh well, back to the grindstone. I talked to almost everyone today. Well, except for Haley. But she's already at max hearts. Caroline and Harvey I was missing too. Harvey, I probably can't get to him. I have enough hearts to get into his apartment above the clinic, but that doesn't mean I can access the clinic when it's closed. But I can still talk to Caroline. It's a fine looking day. It's a fine day with you around. Let me rearrange my open tabs a little bit. I had YouTube open in the background instead of OBS. I like having OBS open so I can see if how many frames I'm dropping. Everything seems to be going fine today though. At least so far. So let's go into what I hope will be my final day of foraging only. Oh, interesting. Sports are occurring. Another clear and sunny day, and the spirits are very displeased. Well, screw the spirits. I am pleased. The annual trout derby has begun. A day too early for me. Fried mushroom from Demetrius. Demetrius also wants a fresh melon. Sure, I'll give you a fresh melon and here too. Alright, let's go. I will start with the stumps. Always start with the stumps. I was hoping I would be ready to start fishing on day 1 of the trout derby. Maybe I can get some community input. Should I have to see the screen at night saying that I've reached level 10? Or is just knowing that I've reached level 10 because I got enough experience and I can start fishing immediately? I kind of feel like just knowing that I'm at level 10 should be enough. I shouldn't have to see the confirmation screen. But if there's disagreement with that, I'm interested to hear it. Stumps in the secret woods should be enough at this point, or very nearly if not. So I'm going to get out my bamboo pole. Because if I can catch some rainbow trout, I can actually get some very, very nice items out of that. Including crab pots, which would help me get my fishing up that much faster. And the sooner we get fishing to level 10, the sooner we can move on to get another skill. But fishing is going to be very good for us. One of the things that is not easy to do with foraging alone is make very much money. But fishing is a time-honored way to get lots of money in this game. I mean, late game, you know, you'll have like a farm full of pigs and massive farms managed entirely by sprinklers. But until then, fishing is possibly the best source of money. And there we are, level 10 foraging. So the rule is, now that I'm level 10, I can move on to a new skill, but it does not prevent me from doing foraging. It just means I can do other things too. So we are already level 1 fishing because of the unskippable event with Willy. Here's the trout derby. During this event, rainbow trout have a chance of carrying a golden tag. If you find one, turn it in here for a prize. So for this event only, rainbow trout can be found here. Otherwise, you mostly have to fish in the mountain lake. Unlike other tools, the fishing rod takes 8 energy to cast. But gains proficiency like any other tool. That was a pike. Pikes are not easy fish to catch, but that first fish will always be a catch. So my fishing bar is quite small right now. All you have to do is carefully tap the mouse or whatever you're using to try and keep the fish icon within the green bar. As your fishing level goes up, the bar will get larger and also cast further from the shore, which gives you a better chance of getting quality fish. A perfect catch where you keep the fish in the bar the whole time will give you additional experience and a higher fish quality. Unless it was normal quality, then it will stay normal quality. But if it was going to be silver or higher, you will get a extra quality level for a perfect catch. But in the river, in summer, at level 1 fishing, I'm not going to be getting a lot of perfect catches. But that was my first golden tag. Typically, for this event, you'll want to have reached level 6 fishing ahead of time. That will give you the crafting recipe for the bait maker. And then you can put your first rainbow trout in the bait maker, get rainbow trout bait, and then just fish up almost nothing but them. And then more or less guarantee yourself golden tags. I mean, not every rainbow trout will give you a golden tag. As you can see, I've caught some without. I've caught 2 and I've got 1 golden tag. It's about a 33% chance per trout to get a golden tag, which means if you use the deluxe bait that Linus taught me how to make and catch 2 rainbow trout at once, it's essentially a 66% chance. And there's a late game item called challenge bait, where if you keep the fish in the fishing bar the whole time, you can catch up to 3 fish at once. And if you catch 3 rainbow trout at once, you're guaranteed a golden tag. I mean, essentially 99%. Me, I'm just hoping to catch a fair number and get at least some golden tags. There are 11 prizes that you can get from the Trout Derby. The first one will always be camping kit, tent kits I believe, and then it will go to a list of 10 other items. Where you start on the list is completely random, but then once it's determined what the first item you're getting is, it goes through the list of possibilities sequentially, and if you get more than 11 golden tags, you can go through the list again. It will give you duplicates of all of those items if you get enough tags. But with my fishing level where it is and the inability to have a bait maker right now, I would venture to say that it is not terribly likely that I'm going to get all of the prizes this year. But the Trout Derby is held on the same days every year. And for the Trout Derby, at least the prizes are the same on both days. There is a fishing contest in the winter where that has different prizes on each of the 2 days. We're getting somewhat close to level 2 fishing. Level 2 fishing will help a lot. You need at least level 2 fishing to get the fiberglass rod. And you need the fiberglass rod to attach bait. So even if I had rainbow trout bait, I don't have the rod that I could attach the bait to anyway. Got 3 tickets so far, which is not bad. In a typical playthrough, I'll have like the iridium rod and a bait maker, like 20 rainbow trout bait ready to go at the start of the event, and I'll just knock them all out on the first day. But hey, if I can manage to get all of them between the 2 days of the event, then I will consider myself very happy. There's another pike. Yeah. If you've done a lot of fishing in this game, you can generally know what fish you're going to catch before you actually fish it up, just based on how it moves. So I knew that was a pike before getting it because it was giving me, more trouble than the other fish, the rainbow trout and the sunfish. There's a perfect catch. And I reached level 2. So you should be able to see the difference in the size of my fishing bar when I hook another fish. It's never going to be like filling the entire screen. I think the most you can get with various fishing levels and other buffs that increase the size is like 60%. Fish also give more experience at their higher quality, and as your fishing level goes up, you get higher quality fish naturally, both just because of the fishing level and you're casting further from shore. So, it does help you get a little bit more experience as you level up, so it's not the hardest skill to level up, certainly. I wouldn't say it's easy either, but it is not unreasonable for me to get level 10 fishing within a weekend game if I, really push at it. And I have more than enough money for the fiberglass rod. The only question is, it's possible that while this event is going on, Willie won't have his shop open. So I may not be able to buy the rod from him. I know I can see him at the corner of the screen. Very top right, but it's Saturday, so he wouldn't be at his shop anyway, even if there wasn't an event going on. I'm gonna check something here. Am I actually blocking something? No one told me that I was blocking the top right part of the screen. Why did no one tell me that I was blocking that? I'm going to move myself to the other corner so you can see the overlay on the top. There we go. I decided to offer someone else advice for their stream, suggesting that they make sure that their face cam wasn't covering any part of the game's UI, and I was doing the same thing on my own stream. Bottom right corner is no good because of energy and health. The top right corner is no good because of the time and day and money. The bottom left is no good because that's where my experience comes up. But as far as I'm aware, there's not something that happens in the top left of the game. It's not very often. Of course, I could just turn off face cam, but that would make a few people unhappy. Under normal circumstances, I believe rainbow trout is one of the fish that you can't catch after 7 p.m. But this event breaks the rules for when you can catch certain fish. Oh, there are bubbles. Bubbles increase the bite rate by actually a significant amount. If there's a sparkle in the water when your rod reaches, you know you've managed to get the bubbles. You can kind of direct your casts with the movement keys as you cast. I did it wrong there. Occasionally you'll get treasure chests when you're fishing. You can move your bar over those to collect them, but make sure that you don't lose the fish when you do. Because I'm level 2 fishing, I can get... I'm casting the wrong way. There you go. Trying to take advantage of these bubbles to get as many fish on this first day as I can. The bubbles, you never really know how long they're going to last. They could last as little as 10 in-game minutes, they could last for hours. Chrome notification, which was blocking how much energy I have. Oh, the bubbles are gone. I'd like to get at least one more tag today if I could. Barring that, maybe reach level 3 fishing. One or both. Actually, I shouldn't have much trouble reaching level 3, even though it's already 11. Unfortunately, there's a lot of waiting while you're fishing. But your fishing level going up will also decrease the maximum bite time for a fish. So, as my fishing level increases, the maximum amount of time we could be waiting between bites will go down. Almost perfect. There's a 5th golden tag, and one more fish should give me... Oh, it's someone else. I often listen for sounds, not actually watch the screen, so sometimes when different sound occurs when I'm fishing, it messes me up. That's how I handle fishing in most games, actually. Like Skyrim, I listen for the sounds. In Animal Crossing, when I finally got the reward for catching 200 fish in a row without missing one, it was because every time I was fishing, I would just close my eyes and listen. The one time my brother came and bugged me while I was trying to catch and broke my streak at 198. So I had to start over again. That was annoying. Then I'm just gonna pass out again. Yes, I'll lose money, but I got multiple different levels up, so I'm not gonna have an energy penalty. And I just lost track of time anyway. I wasn't gonna make it back. So now that I'm at fishing level 3, I'll be getting a fair number of perfect catches. I've been told that I'm above average at fishing in this game. Even when I was streaming like 8 years ago. So, I'm now level 10 foraging, and because I chose the gatherer profession at level 10, I have 2 different choices now. There is some utility to tracker, showing you where forageable items are, particularly later in the game. Now it's not too useful to me, but I almost always will and almost universally recommend that you take botanist here. If you take botanist from now on, every forage item you pick up will be iridium quality, which of course makes them more valuable to begin with, and also means that if you're collecting a lot of forage on a particular day, it will all stack because you're not getting different qualities. I will be taking botanist. I also reached level 2 fishing, learned how to craft bait. Level 3 fishing, learned how to craft crab pots and cook dish of the sea. But I did not sell anything because I was basically off the farm the whole day. We will have a rain day coming up. Neutral spirits. Queen of sauce is maki roll. The delicate flavor of the ocean sealed within a pillowy cloud of rice. Maybe a bit of wasabi for the adventurous. My mouth is watering as we speak. Oh, I love sushi. I love sushi too. Maki roll is one of the 2 dishes you need to cook too for the community center. It takes any fish, seaweed, and rice. Obviously, some fish are better to use for the recipe than others. So, I will put that and that away. I'm trying to decide if I want to sell these fish, because when you reach the level 5 fishing, you can go one of 2 ways. You can go a path that's basically all about crab pots, or you can go a route that's more about catching fish, which is the one I go. And so when I reach level 5 fishing, I will get a perk that makes fish sell for 25% more. So I may wait until I get to level 5 to actually sell any fish. I will keep 2 sunfish though, 1 for the community center and 1 for cooking. I'll also keep a bream for the community center. Actually, I'll keep that sunfish too. I'll keep those chubs for another community center bundle. I don't know why the icon is not pulsing when I'm over chub. Did I already donate a chub? I might have bought and donated a chub before. It's because I don't have that. I don't have the bulletin board in the community center unlocked yet. That's why the chub is not pulsing. Red snapper, I will need. I'm wondering if I have time to catch everything I need to catch in summer. I would say the pufferfish and the sturgeon are the most pressing matters. But in any case, I will put that away and get back to fishing for rainbow trout. If I go right away and get to it, I should be able to get 6 more tags today. Though another issue may be that if I don't clear these fish out of my inventory, I won't have room to collect everything. I will leave that sweet pea there for now. The good news is, since it's the beginning of the day, bream is not available, but there are some other fish that aren't available later in the day that would be. The most unlikely event would be hooking a dorado. It's a very rare fish that can only be found in the river in summer. It is quite a difficult fish to catch. I will know if I hook it, but it's fairly unlikely that I will. But it only appears until 7. There's 7 tickets. Where I said the magic number is 11. And if I have 7 by 8 AM, and I don't make too many mistakes, then that's a pretty good start. Okay. But waiting. Insufferable waiting. I'm just gonna quit Skyrim throughout this stream. I'm wearing a Skyrim shirt today. Climb to the top of High Hrothgar. Elevation 7,000 steps, even though it's not. I'm sure the people at Bethesda knew that players were going to count if there was actually 7,000 steps. There's no way they didn't. I don't think this is the Dorado. I'm pretty sure this is just a pike. But it could be. I think it'd be a long time to fight. Fortunately, okay, it was a pike. Fortunately, if you're in single player, the time pauses while you're in that fishing mini game. If you're in a multiplayer game, the time continues to move, like, basically no matter what you're doing. So, spending that long trying to catch a fish would be quite detrimental if I were on a multiplayer farm right now. That being said, I still want to try this game multiplayer at some point. I've yet to have done so. Oh, there are bubbles again. Yeah, that's kind of a tough spot though. That's the Dorado. I told you I'd know if I hooked it. If I hold left, can I reach it from here? Yes, I can. In addition to angling your cast, if you just push it in the direction that you're casting, you can cast a little bit further. So I made it so I can cast far enough left to reach these bubbles from here. If you catch the it's still not guaranteed that you'll get a golden tag if you get a treasure chest at the same time as a rainbow trout. But if you do, you'll get it in the chest as opposed to a separate item popping up like when you get them other times. So there's 8 tags. It took me about 2 hours to get that 8th tag. If it takes me 2 hours to get each tag, then I would have 11 at 2 p.m. Which would be enough time to get some items, drop things off at my farm to clear space and get back here to get the rest, so. But it could take less time, it could take a little more. I'll just have to wait and see. The reason I'm concerned about being able to catch the pufferfish and the sturgeon before the end of summer is that they're both fairly difficult fish to catch. I generally like to be at least level 6 before I try for them. I can catch them at lower levels, but I feel like level 6 is a pretty good benchmark. So there's tag number 9. I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to walk all the way back over to that other spot. There's the sound. Sometimes I'm going to be fishing, if I'm like watching TV with my mom or something, and I'm playing Stardew Valley on my Switch, I'll walk away for a little bit, just because when I'm fishing, I want complete focus on just the fishing and the sounds. Anyway, I'm back. So, just 2 more tags, please give them to me soon, because I don't want to fish anymore. I mean, yes, I want to fish a lot more, but I don't want to just be catching rainbow trout for half of a stream. Let me show you all the other fun areas I can be fishing. You can complete the lake fish bundle entirely in summer. Tuna, the tilapia, the red snapper, and the sardine. Actually, I'm not sure you can catch a sardine in summer, but I'll be able to again in fall. I usually catch all my sardines in the spring. I want this treasure chest. Treasure chests do also give you a bonus to the amount of fishing experience you get, but I think it's less than you get for a perfect cast. You can get all sorts of stuff in fishing treasure chests. You can get lost books, you can get artifacts, you can get bait. My biggest hope is that I actually find a weapon in one of the chests. There's the Neptune's Glaive or the Broken Trident you can get in fishing treasure chests. And if I get one of those weapons before I even start the mines, it's gonna make the first 60 levels or so just go by in a breeze. I mean, I won't be leveling up combat at the same time as mining, but if I get cornered by a bunch of enemies, the Neptune's Glaive will make quick work of them. There's level 4 fishing. Still haven't got that 10th tag though. You can definitely see a significant increase in the casting distance for level 4. I was hoping I would be done with the tags by 2 p.m. and it is now 2 p.m. and I'm still sitting at 9. I'm just doing it perfect this time. There it is. Number 10. Please be kind, game. After this day, tags or not, I will take my stream break. It'll be over an hour at that point. The fishing really makes the Stardew Valley days seem longer since time is paused when you're in the process of catching a fish. Got the treasure chest completely by coincidence. Holy cow, Dorado at fishing level 4. Oh my goodness, that is remarkable. Whew. Hey, Fallen Angel. Welcome to the stream. Wow. Dorado cod. I was assuming that was going to be year 2. And there's my 11th golden tag. So my inventory is, nearly full. So I'm gonna rush back to the farm, put a bunch of things in chests. I really do want to get those 2 dig spots, but focus. I want to make sure I get all of these rewards. I spent so much time getting those golden tags. So, easy things to get out of my inventory include those. I don't have a mining chest yet. I was going to put a geode in a mining chest, but I don't have one. The geodes are in here. So, I definitely want to save the Dorado. I'm going to put all the fish away and sort out what I would sell and keep afterwards. That seems like the best plan. When I reach level 5, I will look through my fish chest and decide what I need to keep for the community center and cooking recipes and sell the rest. Those dig spots will still be there. They will remain until the end of the week. So, let's see what I get. The first reward, as I said, is a tent kit. And then the list this time starts with 3 Omni Geodes. The bucket hat. A crab pot, which I can put bait in to catch crab items. 3 mystery boxes. A diamond. A mounted trout, that's decoration for your farmhouse. 20 deluxe bait, which you normally need fishing level 6 to get. 2 triple shot espressos. A quality sprinkler, which will be very nice to have now. And 3 farm warp totems, which can be used to warp to the statue on your farm. So if I continued to get additional golden tickets, it would go through the items again in that exact same order, starting with the Omni-geodes and the crab pot and so on. It'll be the same order every time. If you're playing and doing the trout derby, it will likely be a different order. And if I'm not mistaken, it would be a different order for me next year as well. Willie is fishing here again, so I was correct that I cannot get the fiberglass rod today. Oh my... Oh, wow, this might be the luckiest day I've had in Stardew Valley in a very, very long time. That is an ancient seed. It is an artifact. I can give it to Gunther, and he will give me a recipe to turn additional ancient seeds into seed packets, and a first seed packet for an ancient fruit. If you've played Stardew Valley before, you know how valuable ancient fruit is, but it is one of the most valuable crops you can grow. It takes an entire season to grow, but it does produce in spring, summer, and fall. So, typically what you'll do is you'll grow one and then put anything you get from it into the seed maker. It is a plant that grows continuously, producing a new fruit every 7 days after the initial full season growth time. Man, if I were doing farming right now, I would be planting that immediately, but it feels weird that I'm not. I need to make a chest for mining things. I just don't have the room to keep putting things in here. So I'll put the mining chest next to my fishing chest. I typically make the mining chest black. And even though mystery boxes aren't technically a mining item, I put mystery boxes in there. The biggest downside to doing any farm besides the Meadowland farm is the Meadowland farm starts with a dresser that you can put like boots and hats and such into. And basically every other way, the other farms are all superior to the Meadowlands farm, but in that particular way, you're better off doing any other farm type. So I will switch to the bucket hat. New hat every stream. I'll put the warp totems, tent kit, put the wood back. I do have some artifacts to give. I will put the bait in here until I can actually get what I need to use it. I'll actually put the quality sprinkler in the spring chest, as I won't need the quality sprinkler until I'm growing crops. My first new sweet peas, though it is Sunday, so I can start doing stuff soon. I believe the mounted trout is just freaking huge, so I have nowhere that I can put it kind of behind the fireplace. Which isn't great, but I'll leave it there for now. So I have the amphibian fossil and the ancient seed to give. I also need to figure out where to put the crab pot. I believe I'll just put it right here. Oh, the museum is already closed for the day, so I can't do anything with that. I do have a whole week now with the botanist profession to try and get as many iridium quality forage as I can. Obviously, I'm basically going to stop giving the lesser quality gifts once I, get enough of the quality ones to give those instead. Grabbing those 35 pieces of wood, I can do that easily. Also, because it is the last week of the season, I can access Caroline's sunroom back here. My mistake, it starts on the 22nd. I always think it's the 21st, but no. The 22nd through the 28th is when tea saplings produce their leaves. That's my bad. I apologize. I will still come to the saloon and work on building my friendships. Marnie loves pumpkin pie. Me too, Marnie. Me too. Willie loves mead. That's what you get by putting honey in a keg. Haley loves fruit salad. I'm at that point of friendship where they're starting to tell you what other people love. Fried eel is very nice. It gives you a luck buff. But it's not as good as spicy eel. Spicy eel gives you both luck and speed boosts. So, on my agenda for the next day will be donating those couple artifacts I've got. Trying to give out some gifts since it is a new week. Getting the wood that Robin asked me to collect to complete another help wanted request. But first I'm going to take a short break from the stream, and I will be back before too long. Reach level 4 fishing. I can now craft a recycling machine, a worm bin, and I was mistaken, you can now craft a deluxe bait at level 4 fishing. Welcome to the stream, Dexy. Congratulations on your victories earlier. I will toast you with a hearty swig of my Pepsi. To victory. Okay, let's continue. I got my cat. So back to sunny weather on the next day. Spirit's very displeased. And most towns have a seasonal calendar in front of the general store. It's a good idea to check on that now and then to get a feel for what's going on in the community. Make sure to check for any job postings as well. I talked about pufferfish and sturgeon yesterday. The pufferfish cannot appear in rainy weather. The sturgeon can. Willie is talking about new items in his shop. Caroline parsnip soup recipe. Sturgeon can appear in any weather. The red snapper appears in rain, but I already have the red snapper from I found it in some trash at one point. This would be more than the wood that Robin asked for. I don't have to have the wood in my inventory when I talk to her, I just have to have collected it. So I'm actually going, even though I can't catch the pufferfish or and I already have the red snapper, I am going to fish in the ocean today, I believe. Which runs me the risk of running into an octopus, which I will not be able to catch at my current fishing level. But other than that, I think I'll be okay. So I'll donate these items to the museum. Go down to the main reason I want to go down to the ocean is because I want to get the fiberglass rod from Lily. It only costs 1800 G, so I will be able to do that. So I usually put the ancient seed in a special spot, like right there. Vivian fossil over there. Like I said, you get ancient seed packet and the recipe to turn more into the ancient seeds. Now I'll read my new Lost books. Journey of the Prairie King, the smash hit video game. Did you know? Anyone who beats Journey of the Prairie King is automatically entered into a drawing for a special prize. Did you know? The developers stated that the protagonist is based on a real-life character, a true cowboy hero from a prairie island in the Gem Sea. So, is the prize that I get the arcade cabinet for my house? Because I did that, but they gave that to me just for beating it. Where's this drawing for a special prize that book mentions? A study on diamond yields. After years of research in the mines, I believe I've learned something about diamond frequency. My research involved only the stones that are scattered about the mines, the ones that are broken with a pickaxe. Mineral yields from other sources require more research. Diamonds seem to only form at mine level 50 or greater. At level 50, approximately 1 in 500 stones will be diamond rich. After level 50, the frequency of diamond formation seems to increase by about 0.00016 per level. Quite a rare gem. But that is accurate. The lower you go in the mines past level 50, the slightly higher chance you have of encountering a diamond node. But everything involving gems in the mines changes a little bit after you reach the bottom. Rare gems can start to form on earlier levels. Hey, another lost book already. So, Willie will be in his shop. Now, here's something. Come in, make yourself at home. that's good stuff there. The fish go crazy for it. Just make sure to wash your hands good after dipping them in those juices. The aroma has been known to linger for up to 7 weeks, lad. So, you've been catching a lot of fish? Well, based on the past couple days, I'm gonna say yes. A man after my own heart. You can always trust the fisherman. That's what my old pappy used to say, at least. Well, keep it going. If you can catch every fish in these waters, I got a special prize waiting for you. Everything okay? Aye. Well, business has been tough lately. It all started about the same time that the old community center fell to ruin. The fish just don't sell like they used to. I've been working double time just to make ends meet. No time for my own projects. Well, if things pick back up around here, I might have the time to show you something. Yep, she's back there. An old friend that's seen better days. Are you keeping a woman locked up in the back of your shop, sir? Someday, lad, you'll see what I mean. So, over here, you can actually change your bobber style. More bobber styles will unlock as you catch 4 different fish. I like to do the little dice there. That will change your bobber style every time you cast. Keep things a little fresh. But it's more fun when I caught more fish. So the fish smoker is absolutely broken for your profits. Place fish inside with a piece of gold to create smoked fish, which is worth double, and the quality of the fish is preserved. And it is improved by both the increased sell price for fishing professions, and if you reach level 10 farming, the 40% increase for the artist profession. So you can make absolutely insane amounts of money with fish smoking. So once I have 10,000, that's something. Welcome to the stream, Jenny. Nice to see you. So I'm going to go ahead and get the fiberglass rod. I was going to buy a bunch of regular bait, but he has sturgeon bait. I'm gonna buy all of that, and then I'll buy like 50 regular bait. Bait only costs 5G, so feel free to, you know, go a little crazy with it. So that will increase the bite rate of fish. So I don't have to wait as long between each catch. So now that I've got that, I'm going to be catching fish a little bit faster than I was during the trout derby. That's an octopus. Immediately fail. The octopus is well known to be one of the most difficult fish in the game to catch. I had no illusions that I might have a chance at fishing level 4. There's a halibut, another new fish for me. And I'm already getting some iridium quality fish, so I get perfect catch. So I will dispel a myth right here. You might think I'm fishing towards this rock because it has some sort of effect on the fish you catch, either rarity or quality. It does not. The rock has absolutely no impact on your fishing in any way. It just so happens that fishing in that direction, there's no terrain near your cast, so it's easy to get a high fishing zone if you fish towards rock, because the rock does not count as an object. It's completely transparent. You can cast into it if you want to. Visually it's there, texturally it does not exist. There's the tilapia, that's another one of the fish I need for the ocean fish bundle in the community center. If I can catch a tuna, then all I would need then is a sardine. I picked up the sturgeon bait. Sturgeon only appear in the mountain until 7 p.m. So I'll probably try to start catching them tomorrow. Take any fishing level I hope to get today into that. And just start early in the day so I have the best chance possible of catching one. Ideally I would catch 2 sturgeon, but we'll see. It was my first seaweed. One of the best ways to make a lot of money from fishing and get your fishing experience up quickly is with fish ponds. You can have Robin make those for 5,000 G, 200 stone, 5 green algae, and 5 seaweed. Now, obviously, I don't have 5,000 G on me right now, and I've only gotten those few pieces of seaweed I just fished up, no other seaweed so far. Actually, I think I had one that I forged. But I don't have a lot of seaweed, and I certainly have nowhere near 200 stone. I would need enough money both to buy the stone and then make the fish pond. But one of the items you may want to put in a fish pond is a sturgeon. It is not the most valuable fish to get the roe that is produced by a fish pond, but only sturgeon roe, when put in a preserved jar, produces caviar. All other types of roe just produce aged roe. So you cannot get caviar without putting a sturgeon in the fish pond, unless you happen to find it at like a traveling cart or something. The downside is that caviar takes twice as long in the preserved jar as other types of roe do, so it can be difficult. There's the tuna. So I have 3 of the ocean fish. I've actually caught 3 of the ocean fish today alone. You can see sardine, tuna, red snapper, and tilapia. I have a crab pot, so I'll be getting the crab pot bundle stuff soon. Eel. A lot of these fish are best caught in spring, but a lot of the spring ones can also be caught again in fall. So I should be able to get all of the fish this year, especially if I can get the puffer fish now. The puffer fish can only be caught in summer. The sturgeon, if I don't get one this summer, I do have another chance in winter. So basically my goal today is to reach level 5 fishing. And if I get more seaweed and ocean jelly in the process, then that's just a bonus. At this point, I will not see an octopus. Octopi only appear in the ocean until 1 p.m. So when it is time for you to catch a octopus, you have to be ready to go out there early. There's my first sea jelly. To make the fish smoker, you need river jelly, which you can get from both rivers and the mountain lake. Sea jelly, which you can only get from the sea, where I'm fishing right now. And cave jelly, which you get by fishing in the mines. Which is going to be the biggest roadblock to me actually getting a fish smoker while I'm working on fishing. Because the first spot in the mines that you can fish is level 20. If you get into a position like this where your inventory is full, I'd recommend selling trash first. If something that you get is bait, you can just add that right onto your rod. You don't have to do anything else. I'm going to eat the cookies though, so that I have an extra space available. I am accidentally facing down. You have to be careful about that. Sometimes after you eat stuff, you'll be facing down. Thank you for joining Isaac Drew. Welcome to the stream. Today we're just fishing. Or at least mostly fishing. I said at the end of the previous day I was going to give gifts, but I forgot. For this playthrough today or all time Stardew Valley? Because the answers are vastly different. I've been live today for about an hour and a half. This is my 6th stream, I believe, of this file. All-time Stardew, that's about 3,000 hours between PC and Switch. I have played a lot of Stardew Valley. And believe it or not, Stardew Valley is not even my most played game. There are games that I've played even more than that. Not sure what I want to give up. I think I'm going to put the sweet pea down. I should have put the triple shot espresso away if I'm not going to use it. Okay, I did reach level 5. Yeah, I don't know what my exact playtime is, because I can see it on both my Switch and Steam, but I don't actually check the playtime very often. But I have gotten 100% perfection like 7 times. And do aim to eventually do so on this file as well. I may or may not go back to that Suki. I would not be opposed to playing with viewers, but despite all that playtime, I have never played Stardew multiplayer. But it is something that I am interested in doing at some point. So, I do have an issue here. In that I'm out of room in this chest. And while I do get the profession when I go to sleep tonight to sell fish for more, I don't, any fish that I sell today, it actually calculates the price before the profession. So I need to wait until I sleep before I can actually get the increased sell price for the fish. I can't take that bait and attach it to my rod. That will give me 1 extra space. Beyond that, once I have a recycling machine and start recycling the trash, I don't typically keep it in here, but until then I consider it to be a... Yeah, I could make another chest. No, I should probably just make another chest. I don't have the big chest recipe yet, otherwise I would just do that. But yeah, I have more than enough wood to make another chest. I have multiple stacks of wood from all the forging I've done so far in this game. Alright, fish chest number 2. Eventually I'll place a big chest down. Clean out as much of my inventory as I can. I think the ancient seeds will be okay in there. I should just use triple shot espresso, but I always forget, so I'll put it away for now. Now that I have 2 fishing chests and extra room, I'll put the bamboo pole away too. Put that in my inventory. And I think, oh, I need to talk to Robin. I completed her wood chopping quest and haven't talked to her yet. Oh good, some grapes. Those will be iridium quality so I can get Vincent up to 10 hearts very quickly. And I know a fair number of glitches too. And sequence breaks and all sorts of stuff like that. I did show the chair skip into the secret woods before I had the steel axe. And I know how to go out of bounds and stuff like that, so. So talk to Robin, complete that quest, get another prize ticket. Unfortunately, it's already nearly the end of summer, and I haven't done a lot of prize tickets yet, so I don't. Do you use the item ID glitch, or do you prefer other methods of spawning in items? Because the item ID glitch has been patched out on some platforms. So I got mixed flower seeds today, which is nice, but I don't really need them yet. Yeah, the only mod I use doesn't actually change anything. It's just the convenience of I use UI info suite, but I have considered using like some cheat mods to spawn things in. I have also used mods to test the limits of Genome Kart and Hurricane, but when I'm playing them, normally I don't use any cheats for those. I completed Fector's challenge the legit way, and I did it before you could save and quit your progress in the middle of a run. I did it all in one sitting. That's my #1 Stardew flex. Okay, I can say I did it before it was made easier. It's still incredibly difficult now, but yeah. Even concerned they didn't do it until just a few months ago, and he made the game. Alright, I will try and remember to grab stuff out. Actually, what I should do is I should take, like, all the regular quality stuff. I'm not going to use it for anything else. So make some wild seeds. And turn those into tea saplings. I'll cut down a few more trees just because I don't want to go out to a fishing spot right now and I still have energy for today. So I was scraping together money to buy ores for my tool upgrades to get the axe to steel. But now I'm going to be getting a lot of money for my fishing. So in the process of getting my fishing up to level 10, I'm going to try and upgrade as many of my tools to as high a level as I can, so that when I start mining and farming and doing everything else, I will have higher level tools to make it a little easier on myself. It's really easy to get farming to go up very quickly when you're starting with gold tools. Same thing with mining. If you have a gold pickaxe starting at level 1 in the mines, it's not going to take you very long to get down a lot of levels quickly. But that will be after today when I start selling a lot. Now that I have turned in more prize tickets, I'm getting the mystery boxes cutscene again. I got it because it was late enough into the game that mystery boxes were dropping anyway. But now I have the number of mystery tickets you need to trigger that cutscene, so it's showing it again. So the trapper profession is one option. It makes you need less materials to craft a crab pot. And then when you reach level 10 fishing, if you took that, you can make it so crab pots either don't give you trash, or you don't need to use bait to continue for the crab pots to produce. Or you can do what I do. Take the fisher profession, so fish sell for 25% more. And then at level 10 you get the choice for either fish sell for 50% more, or an option to make fishing treasure chests appear more often. So now that I did that, fish will sell for more, and I'm going to look through my fishing chests and see what I need to keep and what I don't. So I need to keep one red snapper for the community center, which is right there, and I will sell the other ones. And red mullet I do not need for anything. I'm not worried about what I need to cook right now. I will come back to worrying about that later. Pike sells pretty well. I will sell the quality rainbow trout, the quality sunfish, the higher quality tuna. Same with flounder, but I will keep one flounder. Also all the halibut, I don't need halibut. I will sell the quality bream, but keep one for the community center. The quality chub, keep one of those for the community center. Let's see, so sunfish, catfish, snapper, tuna, sardine, and tilapia. I need to save tilapia for the community center. I'll go ahead and save both of them. And then I'll keep the dorado, just because it's rare and I like to have one. I think anything I have, all these things I took out to sell, I think I'm good to sell. If not, then I'll have to catch more. Alright, now I'm going to grab the sturgeon roe, and we're going to see if I can catch a sturgeon today. I'm getting lax on remembering to give my cat water. You may say I'm crazy for trying to catch a sturgeon at level 5, but I'm confident that I can do it. And with the sturgeon bait, I should have plenty of chances to do so. The sturgeon bait does not guarantee that I'm going to hook a sturgeon, but the chances are much higher. This is not a... No, it is a sturgeon. It just took a moment to get moving. I almost failed that. I almost failed that very quickly. Alright. There's the first one. I'd like to catch a second one for a fish pond. So I will try. If you only catch one, I would recommend putting that one in the fish pond and then waiting for it to populate more before you add one to the community center. But ideally, you can catch multiples. If you catch a lot of sturgeon, it is also a love gift for Willie. So if I catch 3, I could have one for the community center, one for a fish pond, and one for his birthday, which is coming up. That would be the ideal, but I can work on excuse me, I can work on friendships in future years. I also consider it better to catch sturgeon here in the summer than the winter, because in winter, the lingcod can also be caught here, which is a similarly difficult fish to catch. So I prefer to catch sturgeon now when it's the only hard fish you'll find here. I know I'm using the sturgeon bait, but it was pretty lucky to hook 2 sturgeon right away. And yes, it's unlikely that I'm going to get a gold quality sturgeon. My fishing level being where it is. So there I fished up a rainbow trout, so you can see that it's not guaranteed that I'm going to hook only sturgeon. But sturgeon are hard fish to catch. Every one I catch is giving me a lot of fishing experience, so I'm going to use every piece of sturgeon bait I got. Hope that I get... I knew I was going to fail at least one of them. It's a shame that I can't use deluxe bait and sturgeon bait. The deluxe bait does slightly increase the size of your fishing bar. And if I'm not going to catch sturgeon, at least give me the carp, the largemouth bass, or the bullhead. The other lake fish I need for the community center. Driftwood is one of the trash items, but it is a liked gift for Leah, if you're interested in getting her hearts up. I mean, salad doesn't cost much. You can buy it every day in the saloon, and it's a loved gift for her. But if you're really trying to save up some money, you can do pretty well with driftwood. In most cases, Leah's taste and love gifts are fairly valuable. She likes things like truffle and wine, goat cheese. No, things that sell for a lot. When I marry her, I usually give her truffles as gifts, because I'll have like a barn full of pigs and more truffles than I can reasonably process. Alright, there's a third sturgeon. This one does not look like a sturgeon. Might be a bullhead or a rainbow trout. It was a bullhead. I already have a largemouth bass back at home, and I did keep one, so I don't need to find a bullhead. I don't need to find a largemouth bass for the community center, but I do still need to find a carp. Of all things, it's carp that I haven't found yet. Oh, my sturgeon bait is used up. Which doesn't mean I won't find more sturgeon, it just means that they're unlikely to do so. The carp is by far the easiest fish in the lake to catch. It will mostly just not move. It'll stay at the bottom the whole time. So if it's moving, it's probably not a carp. The chub will sometimes not move, but it will usually move at least a little bit. The bullhead will move up a little bit at the start and then move a little bit later, but then not too much. The largemouth bass, besides the sturgeon, is the one that will move the most. It will move just enough that it's still easy to catch, but not so easy that you're going to get a lot of perfect catches with it at lower fishing levels. This is either chub or a carp. It is a carp, so I do have all the fish I need for lake fish bundle, which I should go ahead and complete today to unlock the unlock more rooms in the community center. It's wild that I'm at the end of near the end of summer and I don't have every room in the community center unlocked. I just got the mother catch achievement, which I believe is 100 total fish. Yes, catch 100 fish. I also got the fisherman for catching 10 different fish. Old mariners are 24 different fish, which I'll get as the season changes and I fish in more locations. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get the legendary fish for summer, but we'll see. I mean, I didn't think I was going to catch a dorado this year either, and I did, so I would say at this point all bets are off. I believe Willie's birthday is tomorrow. You can check someone's birthday by clicking on them in the social tab. Willie's way down there. Yes, 24. I also have the info suite, so I can just check the calendar in my menu as well. But if you don't have mods installed, you can still check their birthdays at least. All you need to have done is met them. Perfect catch and treasure chest. That's all sorts of experience multipliers. And you can find wild bait. Yeah. I do think you need to have seen Linus's event to find wild bait, but you can fish it up in treasure chests along with the other types of bait. I do wonder how soon I'll buy the iridium rod. I really only need it for the hardest to catch fish. For most fish, the fiberglass rod and bait is plenty. The iridium rod, you can add various types of tackle to improve fishing in one way or another, and that will help you catch the hardest fish in the game. You can get it starting at fishing level 6. It costs 7,500 G, which is a small amount compared to how much I'm going to make today with all the fish I sold. Right, I'm getting another chance of the sturgeon. This one is not too bad. I mean, I say it looks like I'm getting another chance of the sturgeon. They appear for another 6 hours. It's likely that I'm going to get several more chances. Especially if I dip into my salmon berries to make sure I can keep fishing here for as long as necessary. If you're fishing here in early game before you have something like salmon berries to use for energy, the best way to keep up your energy and minimize profit loss is to eat the chubs. They have the worst energy to cost ratio, so you're losing less money if you eat them than if you eat the other fish. start with the highest quality chub first to get the most energy back and go down from there if you need more. I have salmon berries, so if I run out of energy, I'll be eating those. Add that bait. I also may eat chub if I run out of room, but hopefully I won't. But I have several things in my inventory that I could donate to the museum. I can also bring it up now. It wasn't really worth bringing up when the only money I was getting was from foraging, but it can be worth bringing up now that I'm getting money from fishing. Despite the fact that I'm doing one skill at a time, and that's going to make it take quite a while to complete the community center, I am still going to go the community center route as opposed to the Joji route. I could have it all completed by the end of fall if I went to Joji route with fishing money, but I enjoy completing the community center more, just because it has you explore more aspects of the game to finish it. And I like the rewards. The individual bundle rewards, that is. Especially in the vault. Having some fishing battles today. But I mean, it's worth it for sturgeon. A regular quality sturgeon? Well, that would be better to put in the community center or a fish pond for than it would be to give us a gift. I didn't mention it before. Fish pond fish do lose their quality when you add them. So, if possible, you want to add a normal quality fish as your first into your fish ponds. But typically, what you're going to get from a fish pond is worth it anyway. So, if you only have quality fish, then by all means, go for it. I had my cursor over my energy bar, so I wasn't able to reel in the fish in time. This seems to be a carp. I'll go for the treasure chest despite my lack of inventory space. In fact, the first thing I buy with my new money may in fact be the largest backpack. I'm gonna start selling green algae. That's very easy to get. I say sell, but I haven't upgraded my trash can yet, so I'm not actually getting anything for trashing it. I should probably take a trip back home. I've caught enough sturgeon, I don't need to stay here every second until 7 PM. Especially now that I'm... No. Just to get a little more fish. I will. That's not what I wanted to do. I was going to eat that chub, give myself some energy back, and clear the inventory space. Talk to Abigail, she's on my path. I want to get Abigail to 4 hearts at some point because her 4 heart event is my favorite heart event in the entire game. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to marry her. That is still something that I will let viewers just decide over the long term. But I need to make sure I keep at least one frozen geode for the community center. And an aquamarine, but I have plenty of aquamarine. I'm going to put that away. I'll put those extra ones away for now. I'm going to sell the extra largemouth bass and the higher quality bullhead and carp. I know I need carp for a cooking recipe later. Don't worry about it, I am aware. I will donate the regular quality largemouth bass to the community center. That's all I need for the lake fish bundle currently in my inventory. I'll donate as many fish to bundles as I can. I haven't found a cockle yet, that's kind of surprising. I do need pearl and sea urchin as well, but for now I'll just donate fish. And I need to remember when I'm back on my farm to put a piece of bait in that crab pot. Once I complete the crab pot bundle, I get an additional 3 crab pots, and then I can really start cooking with those. And I do actually mean cooking, but you'll see what I mean when I get that done. So, lake fish bundle, shift click to add them quickly. For the lake fish bundle, I get a dressed spinner, which is one of the tackles I can put on a iridium rod. I will add a few things to the crab pot bundle. And add the bream for night fishing. I have snapper, tilapia, and tuna for ocean fish. I do not have any specialty fish yet. Do the sunfish for river fish. Catfish is spring and fall in rain. Shad is basically any season in rain. Tiger trout is fall. I also need to wait for fall for the night fishing bundle. Crab pot anytime. Ocean fish, I think I need to wait for fall for sardines to appear again. Specialty fish, pufferfish is now in summer. Ghost fish is in the mines. Sandfish is in the desert. Wood skip is in the circuit woods, so I can go get that anytime. The bulletin board has been opened now. The field research bundle needs a chub. But besides that, these ones won't be filled for a while. Let's see what's on the community board. Sam needs a sunfish for a recipe he's working on. Let's see if I can catch another sunfish. The game is mean enough to make it so that when you need a fish for a quest, it's slightly less likely to catch them. But sunfish are fairly common, so it shouldn't be too difficult to hook one. Over the course of the game thus far, I have ignored a lot of I need this fish quests, so it's nice to be able to accept one and actually believe I wouldn't complete it. I just missed out on the chest that time. So I'm likely to find a lot of rainbow trout right now. Oh, I did get a sunfish though. I'll keep fishing for a little bit longer. quests. I was checking if I had one that I had forgotten. But I did not have the quest I was thinking of yet. Sam may already be in his house. Should let me check who he is. No, he is not. Vincent wants to marry Penny when he grows up. So I'll keep fishing here, waiting for Sam to show up. Keep an eye out for him. Nope, he's on his way. I need to make sure that I don't let him go into his house before I give him the sunfish. His house closes at 7. I did a fast scroll there, that was a little bit dangerous. No, I guess it does close at 8. Maybe it's George and Evelyn's that closes at 7. Put the money real quick. Okay. Now I think I will get myself up to fishing level 6, and then I'll talk to the usual crew at the saloon and head towards bed. I am about 75 away. Did I put my only driftwood away, or do I have one that I can give to Leah as she goes by? I do not have one with me. There is a chance that this next cast will be one that only costs 7 energy, but I don't want to take that risk. Especially if I'm going to accidentally cast to the side instead of down. Alright, level 6 fishing. It will be interesting to see exactly how much money I get from all the fish I sold today. It's going to be more money than I've seen up to this point in the game, I can assure you that much. So I'm at least somewhat friendly with all the people who frequent the saloon, since it's easy to talk to them every day. Shane's at 4 hearts now. I need to remember that. Yeah, but a lot of people I need to remember to give gifts to. Because I mentioned it out loud, I will remember to bait the crab pot. If I had just thought it, I would have forgotten, but saying it out loud helps you remember things. I will be open to grabbing the spinner back out later. I don't need any of these, I will sell them. This is the wrong chest. That's my springing chest. I'm gonna go ahead and grab out the watering can again, because I keep on forgetting to give my cat water. And you can get certain gifts once your animal gets up to full hearts, so I'd like that to happen sooner rather than later. I have enough. Let's chop that piece of wood that's hindering my movement a little bit. Alright. Anyone want to take a guess at how much money I'll get from all the fish I sold? No, it's going to be more than 5,000. Will I reach 10,000? Will it be over 9,000? Let's find out. Well, first, level 6 fishing. I can now make the bait maker I mentioned. I can buy the iridium rod, and I can make the first 3 types of tackle: a spinner, a trap bobber, and a sonar bobber. In my opinion, once you can make the trap bobber, you are good. That is all you need. I consider the sonar bobber useless. It shows you what fish you're catching, but if you've fished enough in the game and know the patterns, you know what you're catching most of the time anyway. Spinner, I think, slightly increases the bite rate. So let's see what we got. We got 7,829, which is not quite as much as I was hoping, but still a lot more than we made any other day. Let me double check exactly what the spinner does, to make sure I'm not misinforming you at least. Slightly increases bite rate when fishing, yes. So when you walk outside of our house on this sunny Willie's birthday neutral spirit day, Demetrius will be waiting for me. Hi Patrick, I have some good news for you. A few days ago I made a breakthrough in my research on the local environment. I'll spare you the technical details and get to the point. You know that empty cave you have over in the cliffs? Well, I have a way to turn it into something useful for both of us. I'd like to set up a cave to attract some local species. That way I can observe them in a more controlled environment, and you can harvest whatever products they produce. I can either set up the cave to attract mushrooms or fruit bats. The bats will sometimes leave fruit for you to collect. Now, I did not decide ahead of time what I was going to do. If I hadn't reached level 10 foraging by now, I would choose the mushrooms. As of 1.6, collecting the mushrooms give you 5 foraging experience each, and that is guaranteed 6 mushrooms every 2 days. So that would be 38 foraging experience every 2 days. Plus, the mushroom cave comes with a free dehydrator, and if you put 5 of mushrooms or fruit or other things in the dehydrator, it dries it out and gives you more money. So that free dehydrator is tempting, as is the guaranteed produce every 2 day. But the fruit bats, in addition to being able to give you salmon berries, blackberries, spice berries, and wild plums, they can also give you the fruit tree fruit, that is cherry, apricot, peach, orange, apple, and pomegranate. I do not have any of those trees currently growing, and a lot of those fruits are helpful for the community center. You need a pomegranate for one of the bulletin boards. You need 3 apples for the animal fodder bundle, and any of the fruit can be used for the artisan bundle in the pantry. However, the chances of those happening of you getting those fruits is rare. There's a small chance each day for the fruit bats to add something to the cave. The biggest advantage to the fruit bat cave, in my opinion, is that the mushrooms, you have to remember to collect them every 2 days to gain the maximum use out of it. The fruit bat cave, you can set it and forget it for like an entire season, and just check it then and you'll still be good. So both have their merits. Both would give me forging experience, so I'm allowed to do either one. It's not like one of them gives farming experience instead, and I wouldn't be able to do it until I start farming. Any suggestion from chat on which one to choose? Otherwise, I might just have my phone flip a coin. Because really, as far as I'm concerned, it's basically a coin flip. I mean, I like bats in real life. I am not a fan of mushrooms. Either eating or, no, fungal infections. I will give it another minute in case anyone wants to weigh in. Mushrooms every 2 days plus a free dehydrator. Fruit, potentially valuable fruit, every now and then. Just to recap the options very, very briefly. I have a couple texts I'll need to answer after the stream. I will let my phone flip a coin. I wonder if this will trigger anyone else's phone watching it. Hey Siri. Flip a coin. Didn't work. Hey Siri. Flip a coin.
Tails.
Tails. Bats is the lower option, so I will pick the bats. I can get dehydrators, I just have to buy the recipe from Pierre. So it'll take a little bit longer for me to get a dehydrator, but I will still be able to get one. It's not too much issue. So my first item from the crab pot is a soggy newspaper. You do still get some fishing experience when the crab pots produce trash, but not quite as much as you would if they give you a fish. You know what? I'll let the ones that have already sprouted grow, but I'll dig up the seeds. Another thing about the mushrooms is since I have the secret woods open and I'm using the forest farm, chances are I'm going to get more than enough mushrooms as it is. I don't really need the mushroom cave to get mushrooms. Chop a few branches that I can reach, but these stones are becoming a bigger problem by the day. Unfortunately, the small stones on your farm do give you mining experience, which is why I haven't broken all of them. The good news is the large stones on your farm do not give you mining experience. So if I want to break the large stone, the few large stones down here that are kind of blocking things, I can break those without getting mining experience. And they would also give me a fair bit of stone. The only thing is I need to upgrade my pickaxe a couple times before I can break them. Okay, I need to start doing out some gifts for this week so that I get the bonus at the end of the week. Gift for George. I can give a daffodil to Caroline maybe. Let's see. Gift for Vincent, for Marnie, Jazz, and Alex. I'll take a gold one for Linus. I don't have any iridium yet there. I don't have gifts. Well, I was starting to give hardwood to Robin because I have a lot. I was gonna give a sturgeon to Willie for his birthday. I went to take an aquamarine over to the museum. Do I want to... Oh, and the diamond. I'll take that over as well. Do I want to give an aquamarine to Emily? No, I'll just keep talking to her for now. Okay. I have gifts sorted out, I believe. Of course, I want to do more fishing today to keep working on our fishing level. I think I'll go to the ocean again, and since it's sunny, hopefully get the pufferfish. It's only available between noon and 4, but I should be able to do so without too much difficulty. Here's Shane's 4-heart event, which really shows how much he's struggling. The 2-heart event hinted at it. This one makes it clear. Patrick, can you do something? He's out cold. Good thing I grabbed my watering can. Even if you don't have your watering can with you, you still use it on him. Shane, what's the matter with you? All you do anymore is walk around your room and drink beer. You wouldn't understand. What's your plan? Didn't you ever think about the future? Plan? Hopefully I won't be around long enough to need a plan. I didn't realize that Jazz had walked into the room. She at least likes those. Slowly getting her hearts up. I don't have a gift for Leah right now, but I can still... It's off. I guess she's already not here today. Or no, it's too early. It wasn't 10 a.m. yet. Like she is at 2 hearts, so I can at least get into her room. Here's Sam's 6-heart event. Here, let me get something for you. Oh no, what a mess. What was that sound? Gasp. This is absolutely terrible. What happened? Yeah, breaking an egg at this economy? Sam dropped the snack as he was handing it to me. Sam handed me the snack and then I dropped it. Sam dropped it on purpose, thought it would be funny. The way that gives you the most friendship is saying Sam handed me the snack and then I dropped it. Yeah, that's what happened. Thanks for telling me the truth, Patrick. It's not such a big deal. I'm sorry about this, Mom. I'll clean it up. Thanks, honey. It's not really a big deal. I will talk to Jody. 10:20 a.m. already, my goodness. Yes, it's so late. Sorry about what happened earlier. I could get more Georgia Cola or pizzas or something to give them for gifts. Moonlight Jellies will be here soon. It's one of my favorite things about the valley. I will first head over to the museum to donate these things. Otherwise I'll forget. Plus, Jazz, Vincent, and Penny are already here, and I want to give 2 of them gifts. So you should put the diamond there. The aquamarine there. Restore tool I'll put there. And I did get the melon seeds. You know what? I should take the children on a field trip sometime. Maybe to the forest. A guest speaker would be nice. Maybe someone familiar with nature? Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Miss Penny says I have to read this book before I can go play. Well, have some grapes while you're at it. And Jazz and Marty won't let me go out after 6 o'clock. It's not fair. I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. Here, how should be? So Vincent is close to 8. George is already at 8. I'm really looking forward to finally getting some of these people up to maximum hearts. So I do not have enough money for the largest backpack or the house upgrade. I was hoping to have money for one or both of them. But I do have enough money for the iridium rod. So I'll go ahead and get that. So I don't have to worry about it. That got Alex up to 7 hearts. So Alex is very close to max. I will collect all of these things. I do not see a cockle, so I can't use that baby fish for the crab pot bundle yet. The cockle was the thing that took me the longest to find in my last playthrough as well. I will grab the sweet pea that I dropped. Items that you drop on the ground will stay there unless you quit to the title screen, then they will disappear. But since I did not go to the title screen, it was still there. Some fish come and go with the seasons, others only come out at night or in the rain. I will give you, sir, a sturgeon. That got him up quite a few hearts. He was all the way at the bottom, now he's almost up to 5. So I'll leave him come back in. Not quite yet. You can see that catching more fish, I have unlocked several more bobber styles. You've seen the duck a couple times, and the skull. So, I will, yes, pike bait today. I will buy the iridium rod for 7,500 G. And he does sell all of the tackle that you can currently craft, plus the lead bobber. Now, the lead bobber, some people swear by it because it makes it so that when you get to the bottom of the fishing bar, it doesn't bounce. I never use the lead bobber because if you time it just right, you can stop it from bouncing anyway. So I feel like the lead bobber is a waste of a tackle spot on your rod. But that's just something that came about from, you know, my thousands of hours of practice. There's no problem if you don't have that timing down. So I got an extra one. No, I did not get that out to give to Haley. I got that out to give to Caroline. It's Wednesday, so the general store is closed. which is another reason that the community center will be open on Wednesdays. But Clint will be closed on Fridays because of the community center. There's Caroline. I will give her a gift. Usually summer is when I get Caroline up the fastest because one of these summer flowers, the summer spangle, is a loved gift for her. But, of course, since I haven't grown any summer spangles, it will take me a little bit longer to get her hearts up. Maybe I'll at least talk to Mario every day that I can. It was actually sunny yesterday, and I didn't go to the clinic to get her heart event after me complaining about it over and over again for quite some time now. I will give her a hardwood. Sebastian is still in the basement. I'll be able to get him up much faster soon. Most people don't like a wild man. I will give him a spice berry. I have a leaf that I got out for George that I haven't given to him yet. Mara says that she and Penny have a seasonal book club, and it's just the two of them, but it's still nice. I agree. I'm not getting the pufferfish today because it's almost 4 and I forgot that I need to do that. It's fine. I will have some additional chances. And, I did want to make sure I got some gifts given out before the end of the week came upon me. I wish my legs worked so I could play catch with Alex. That'll never happen. Maybe a leak will cheer you up a little bit. George is now my highest friend. He's a little bit higher than Haley because he can go up past 8 hearts. I'm gonna sell some stuff. So the everything being iridium quality also applies to the stuff I pick up on the beach. Eventually I'll start replacing the stuff that I have in there with the iridium quality stuff I picked up. But for now I want the gold more. One thing to note about the crab pots, if you put deluxe bait in them instead of regular bait, you can get silver quality things out of the crab pot. That is another recent change to the game. I'll put more gifts out tomorrow. Yeah, I'd like to give Emily gifts, but it's kind of tight. The items I currently have. I do have enough sturgeon to give Willie an extra one tomorrow to get him up to 2 gifts for the week. While I'm over here, I will put away the fiberglass rod since I don't need it anymore. And I will go ahead and grab that dress spinner that I got and put it on the iridium rod along with my bait. I do have the crafting recipe for a worm bin, so I get bait from it every day. I have the hardwood and fiber, but the gold bar and iron bar I would need to make a trip over to Clint and buy some ore for those. I am going to buy a bunch of copper, iron, and gold from him soon, but not quite yet. checkpoints with various people. I'm going to go over a few things here. Beer, loved gift for Shane and Pam. Salad, loved gift for Leah. Spaghetti can be a loved gift for Robin. Pizza, loved for Shane and Sam. Coffee, loved by Harvey. All of these recipes, except for the triple shot espresso, will eventually be shown on the Queen of Sauce, so the only reason to buy them is if you want to make them early. Pink cake, that is loved by Marnie and Haley and gosh, who else loves pink cake? I do occasionally, even with my playtime, check the Stardew Valley wiki. It is a beautiful, beautiful resource, and I encourage everyone to check it out if you are stuck on something. Don't go to it for every little thing. Experience the game some as well. Haley, Jazz, Marnie, and Vincent all love the pink cake. Do I want to buy it though? It's 960G and that is a little pricey. But that is the price it will always be. It's not like I'm going to find it thus often. I think I will not buy it, even though Haley's already at max hearts. I'm getting loved gifts for Vincent. I'm giving light iridium quality gifts to Jazz and Marnie, which is still not as good as a loved gift, but it's still, not bad. I'm going to return to fishing for the remainder of the day. I have lots of energy. Let's see what the combination of bait and a dress spinner does to my bite rate. Probably gonna catch mostly bream. If possible, I'll see what I can get out of the fishing chest. Broken trident. That's what I was hoping for. I like the Neptune's Glaive a little bit more because I prefer sword weapons to dagger weapons. But the broken trident is far more powerful than any weapon you're going to get for a while in the mines. Certainly more powerful than the rusty sword that you would normally start with. That's why I wanted to check the fishing treasure chest in hopes of getting a weapon. And gems. I mean, gems are nice too. This is going to be a pike. Gosh, I'm just so excited that I'm getting so lucky today. Got the Dorado, got an ancient seed, got a broken trident. And within the space of one stream, I finished getting foraging to level 10. And my fishing has gone all the way up to level 6. It's not unreasonable to think that I'll reach level 10 fishing in the next stream. But remember, it's not the skill growth is exponential. You're technically not halfway to the experience level 10 until partway through level 7. So I'm not halfway yet. But as I can spend basically every day fishing at this point, and getting more ways to catch more fish, ones that give more experience. Obviously, crafting a fish pond would make it go up way, way, way faster. Fish ponds give you fishing experience in two different ways. One is just collecting what they produce, roe, or each fish has a different item besides their roe, different items besides the roe that they can produce. Uh, and then fish ponds also have a capacity. The total possible capacity is 10, but very few fish ponds start with that capacity. They will give you quests period when they reach current max capacity to increase that capacity. They'll ask for some sort of item, depending on what type of fish is in the pond. And giving that item increases the capacity and gives you fishing experience at the same time. For example, if I made a sturgeon pond, because sturgeon are rare fish, you would start with a max capacity of 1, and it would ask you for a diamond to increase that capacity to 3. But you only need 1 fish in the pond for it to add additional fish. The exceptions to that are legendary fish, which can be put in fish ponds, but have a max capacity of 1. You cannot use a fish pond to get extras of the legendary fish. The other exception is tiger trout. It starts with a pond capacity of 10, but like real life tiger trout in the game cannot breed with themselves, so you have to fill tiger trout fish ponds manually. And I think it's absolutely beautiful that concerned they put enough research into the game to include something like tiger trouts not breeding. I'll probably fish until close to midnight. I'm almost halfway out to from 6 to 7. I'll make Friday a gifting day, but I'll have tomorrow be the day that I catch the pufferfish, ideally, and finally see Maru's 4-heart event. Those are my 2 goals for tomorrow in the game. My next stream of this game will be on Tuesday. Keep pushing, try and get as many puffers as I can. Get that increased. The fishing tackle does eventually wear out. I've Caught enough fish today that it is gone. Every day is the same. Stuck in those horrible shells, going to the saloon, tossing and turning all night. The alcohol may have something to do with tossing and turning. But I don't really know. I very rarely drink myself. One more cast. Another green algae. Got plenty of green algae today. I think I will also give a gift to Willie tomorrow since I'll be going down to the beach anyway. It makes sense. I will switch to deluxe bait once my current supply of regular bait. Well, I have one left, so I'll be using that very soon. We'll keep the driftwood and the green algae. I'll put those in the mining chest until I'm ready to use them. I will sell all of the bream and pike I caught today, which is all I caught. Now let's get into bed. I did not get a skill level today, so I won't have full energy tomorrow. I'm going to bed late. But I made another 5,000 plus G. So I can't complain too much. It's a very minor energy penalty. The bookseller in town, but I still don't have enough for that. 26 is a guaranteed storm day. So if you're looking for, a rainy day fish and haven't gotten one yet, good news. Willie gave me the recipe for chowder, asked me to check out the new rods. It is our pleasure to inform you that your farm will be featured in next week's up-and-coming columns of the Stardew Valley Tribune. Congratulations, we're impressed with your quick progress. I have done nothing on my farm itself. And, George wants a hot pepper for his knee. Unfortunately, I'm not growing hot peppers yet. There is a snail. I'll stash that in the chest for now. That is one of the crab pot fish. So, I only need I cannot get lobster, crayfish, or crab from... Sorry, I cannot get lobster, shrimp, or crab from the crab pot here. But I can get the periwinkle or the crayfish. Cockle, crab, lobster, shrimp. I would need to put it on the beach to get that. The only person I was going to make sure I get to today was Willie, so take a sturgeon with me. I don't think I'm going to need tackle to catch the pufferfish. I'll consider it. Gonna chop down some trees on my farm. It's too early for anything to happen. Too early for the pufferfish. There's a sunfish frenzy in the forest. Too early for the hard event. Too early for pufferfish. So I'll chop down some trees while I wait. I only have like 4.5 stacks of wood. That's not going to be enough. It sounds crazy when I say it, but it's absolutely true. You cannot have enough. You will never have enough wood in this game. That's just a fact. 5 full stacks plus 300 and another one. I think that's not enough. I have 11 stone. I wish George would send me some stone. It's less than I would have to buy to make a fish pond. But I'm back up above 5,000 again, so if I had the stone I could make one. But I think at this point I'm saving for either a house upgrade or the largest backpack. I'll accept the quest even though I'm not going to do it. Mario's not here yet. If you don't want to wait for someone to walk, you can stand in front of them and eventually they'll phase through you and walk faster. That's most often used for Pam going to the bus stop once the bus is repaired. But I can use it here too. Though I'm not sure doing it that fast, that way was actually any faster with how close she was. I'm so sick of preparing these samples. Surprise! Oh no. The whole sample is ruined. Harvey's going to kill me. Patrick, what should I do? Tell Harvey it was an accident. You're right. I should just tell him the truth. What happened? I heard something break. I accidentally dropped one of the samples. I'm so sorry. Thanks for telling me the truth, Mara. Don't worry about the sample. We'll just get another one. Thanks for being patient with me, Dr. Harvey. Of course. You've been a big help around here. I don't know what I'd do without you. Patrick, you look a little pale. Are you feeling okay? I just don't go outside a lot. Of course, that's not true of my farmer. I decided I'm going to build a robot someday. That should be very easy for you. Really? Are you sure you're not just trying to flatter me? No, Maru, I have 100% confidence you can in fact build a robot. She is very close to 6 hearts. Hopefully I can get her to 6 hearts in the next day or two of talking to her, so I can see her 6 heart event before the end of summer. So I will come down here, and I'll talk to Alex. He's still at 7 hearts. I will come in here and talk to Willie and give him another sturgeon. That gets him up to 5 hearts, which is going to trigger an event. No? Maybe 6 hearts. I thought that was enough. I'm going to dig up this, whatever it is. Some broccoli seeds. Which means that if I were growing summer squash, it would be too late to plant it for this season. Oh, I forgot that Elliot was at 2 hearts and I haven't seen his heart event yet. Patrick, come in. Welcome to my humble, well, shack. This is my writing desk. It's where I spend most of my time. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a writer. Have I told you that? That's why I live out here by myself. I figured the lonely life by the sun would help me focus on my literary aspirations. Everyone back home said I was nuts, that I could never make it as a writer. Can you believe it? They said, for every successful author, there's 1,000 who fail miserably. such pessimism. It's sickening. I can see it in your eyes. You believe in me, Patrick. You got that spark. Now that's inspiring. That's what I'm looking for. A question. What kind of books do you like, Patrick? Now that's a difficult question. I could reach my arm out towards my bookcase and grab any one of those genres. I would say of the three, romance is probably my least favorite to read. There's nothing wrong with a good romance novel, but I would not say I enjoy it as much as mystery or sci-fi. Fantasy is my favorite, but that's not an option. My dad would have said sci-fi. His favorite author was Robert Heinlein, and I read a lot of his books. I do have a lot of mysteries. I like reading mystery and see if I can solve it before the characters do. I am usually successful. It's the same way with police procedurals on TV, figuring out who the criminal is before they do. I kind of go between whether I prefer mystery or sci-fi more. My current book that I'm reading is a mystery though, so I think I'll say mystery today. Mystery, huh? It's definitely an exciting genre. I'll remember that. Well, enough talk about me. You probably know a lot about plants, don't you? Would you mind taking a look at this rose here? I'm afraid it's not doing so well. Now what else is not doing well? That comment. Goodbye. So you can do something else in here. The piano here you can actually interact with, and you can play the Stardew Valley theme. And you'll have a little heart above his head if you do it correctly. You don't actually get anything for doing that. It's just fun to see. There is a rare chance that your character could actually be tone deaf and is unable to play it correctly. The notes will just be a little bit off. I have never had one of my characters be like that myself, which is nice. But it is something that can happen. I did not put the deluxe bait on my rod, which will make it a lot easier to catch a pufferfish if I hook one, and would give me the smallest sliver of a fighting chance to get some octopus if I hook one of those. But I still probably wouldn't catch it. Perfect in treasure chests is always exciting. An ancient sword. I've had a few files where that was the last artifact I got from doing it. So it's always exciting when I get it a little bit earlier. I will know the pufferfish when I see it. It's not like it's going to be a surprise. I may very well get up to fishing level 7 today, even if I don't catch the pufferfish. And it will just give me a chance if the 27th and or 28th are sunny days to try again. This, I believe, is an octopus. Which, it was not quite 1 o'clock yet, but now it is. So I will not see an octopus at this point. Generally, your best chance to catch pufferfish, even though it starts appearing at noon, is between 1 and 4, because you won't have to deal with a potential octopus anymore. One less fish that you can possibly hook makes it a slightly better chance to get the puffer fish. This I believe is tuna. Tuna often start by growing up fairly high. A trait they share with eels. This is probably another one. Get a little bit extra experience because I also got the treasure chest. This is neither tuna nor pufferfish. Lots less experience with the mullet when I don't get a perfect catch. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna reach farming level or fishing level 7. This is pufferfish. Oh, darn it. That was very close. That was a little bit of a rougher possibility for a pufferfish. They don't always move quite that much. Of course, I'm just rationalizing where I messed up. I should have been able to catch it. I am getting another chance. I did even worse that time, though. I am very disappointed in myself. This is another sea jelly. I often find that I don't have enough sea jellies, so I'm always happy to get one. This also might be pufferfish because it moves faster. Yeah, sometimes you'll just get an easy one. I am not opposed to catching a second pufferfish. I don't need one anytime soon, but Demetrius will ask me to find him one in year 2 summer. So if I happen to catch another one, then I certainly don't mind. But I have the one I need for the community center. And I got level 7 fishing, which is just another bonus. It's funny that I got it on the fish I was looking for. In previous versions of Stardew Valley, the pufferfish had a much higher chance of appearing as a traveling guide than the yellowfish. So there are plenty of people who got their pufferfish for both the community center and for Demetrius without ever actually fishing one up. So when they would go to catch their fish to fill out the fishing collection, they would think, well, of course they've caught a pufferfish, but forgetting that they bought them all at the traveling cart. So it's nice that you actually, to do both of them, would likely have to catch at least one. I will not catch another one today because it is not past 4. I said outright that I don't like the sonar bobber, but to make sure that I have to get rid of less things, I will put it on my rod. I will go empty out my inventory and then decide whether any remaining fishing I want to do today will be on the beach or elsewhere. Though I am pretty low on energy, so I may just go around talking to people. Dad was telling me about our national enemy, the Ghidorah Empire. They sound like a ruthless bunch. Actually, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon. I've been going for over 3 hours. And I can tell that my throat is starting to get a little bit tired. So I'll probably end today's stream with this in-game day. I will donate the ancient sword and read the most recent lost book I got. Brewmaster's Guide. Ah, to brew. The rich smell of yeast wafting through a cedar loft. The floral overtones of freshly cut hops on a winter's eve. But I digress. You are probably more interested in the practical side of brewing. To brew, you will need a keg. I'll leave it up to you to devise blueprints for a keg. Kegs can be used to make several kinds of product. If vegetables are placed inside, the keg will produce juice. Juice takes the least amount of time to brew. If wheat is placed in the keg, it will produce beer. Beer takes a while to brew, but it is quite profitable. Placing hops in the keg will produce the beloved pale ale. Placing honey in the keg will produce mead, but it's not telling me that. Place fruit in the keg to make wine. Wine takes the longest of all to make, but a wine made from the finest fruit is worth quite a bit. Be patient with your keg. You'll know it's finished when it's perfectly still, and only drink in moderation or you'll surely regret it. The crafting recipe for keg is received at farming level 8. So I will not be making any kegs for quite some time. There are other possible ways to get a keg, but we'll see if I actually get that to happen. I'll come and talk to George and Evelyn. At least. It seems like you're always more visitors when I start baking cookies. My mother taught me the recipe. Hello, Patrick. Want to watch the TV with me? Early on in friendship, he'll tell you that he can't talk right now because the shows are on, but now he invites you to watch with him. He's really persistent. I guess I'm just surprised that anyone would be interested in talking to me. I've been looking forward to this beverage all afternoon. You look like you could use a beverage. I consider the bees and butterflies to be my special friend. I agree with you on the bees. Butterflies are fine. I don't consider them special friends. Bees, though, yes. We need to do more about the bees. I'll talk to Abigail. Why not? If I knew how to use the sword, I'd be exploring the caves, but I'm not right now. I'll talk to Pierre and Caroline as well. People love to hate on Pierre, but he can straight up send you money in the mail. I haven't been grabbing the tea leaves, even though I made special mention of them. Also, in a keg, you can put in 5 coffee beans to make a coffee, or you can put in a tea leaf to make green tea. Both tea leaves and green tea do need to be sold to complete the shipping collection. So make sure that you don't turn all of your tea leaves into green tea. As of 1.6, green tea also gives your character a movement speed boost, which it did not before. It only gave a slight bit of max energy. It does not give you as much of a speed boost as coffee does, but there is a slight one. The fall chest I will make orange because that just feels like fall to me. I'll put the broccoli seeds in there. I'll put away the pufferfish for now. It's the first specialty fish I have, so I can't get anywhere close to completing that bundle yet. put the seaweed and the sea jelly in there. As for all the fish I currently have, I will sell them. And the amphibian fossil, because I already donated one of those. Goodbye mining chest, put things in there. Put the trash in there. I have a few geodes, it wouldn't be hurt to maybe take some of those over to Clint. I'll put the wild bait in here with my other wild bait. The stone back away. Or the wood back away, rather. I'll go ahead and sell this first tea leaf. Okay, with that, I'm going to call the stream here. I'm going for 3 hours and 15 minutes, which is longer than I usually do Stardew for. If you stopped in at any point, I appreciate you. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you all the same. If you're watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope you're having a good day, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will see you on the next stream. And have a good nice day. I made another 2740.